Hi, this is Joel from kidneyforjoel.com and superkidney.com. And tonight we're doing FAQ number 4 for superkidney.com and also an update on superkidney.com. Now, I wanted to discuss the 5 stages of CKD, which is chronic kidney disease. And what is chronic kidney disease? But before we do that, I wanted to update you on the latest about SuperKidney.com project. And let me actually read to you the messages I got this morning from a great friend of mine who has contacted me about first donating to me as a living kidney donor, and then second wanted to update you on what we talked about this morning. We brainstormed for about 2 hours. And essentially, he, as I was waking up, he's in the West Coast. I'm in Texas, as you know. He says, "Good morning, Joel. Are you there? God woke me up this morning and wanted me to talk to you about the software you want to develop, which is the SuperKidney software system." As you know, the SuperKidney software system is this social media super searcher for living kidney donors, but it has many more functionalities than that. So I said, I just woke up and give me 10 minutes and I'll call you. So I called him, and man, we brainstormed on how to create and develop this SuperKidney system software. Now, just to give you a background about this guy, this friend of mine that I brainstormed this morning, he's actually in his early 70s now, and in his lifetime he was in the military, but majority of his business years were really was spent on internet marketing and software development. In fact, he's a pioneer, he's a considered pioneer in the internet marketing industry, specifically in the software development industry. About a decade ago, he and his team of software developers, at the time we call it software, now we call it apps, but it's basically the same thing. They developed this amazing traffic generator using viral videos that's never been done before. And, it's been off the market for quite some time now. And it's been tried to be duplicated, but I have not seen anyone duplicate it. So this guy wants SuperKidney to be his swan song. I like that. SuperKidney, his swan song. Because again, he's in his early 70s. He's just turning 71 next month. I'm sorry, in October. So, he made it clear to me how this software development industry works, and it actually clarified to me and to him how we together will be creating this software into a full-blown, amazing super searcher that we plan to launch by Christmas of this year. And with his help, I think we can bring down the cost and also hasten the process of development. And I'll just leave it at that. So that's the update which is exciting. I basically changed my schedule this morning. Changed my whole schedule this morning. So I based upon our conversation and our mastermind for about 2 hours, I came up with a one-page summary of specs for the software in 6 phases. So I emailed that to him and then sent it to him through Messenger. Now he's looking at it, and then I'm going to be developing a business plan for it. Okay, but the same goal is give it away to kidney transplant patients and their families, and then let them use the system to search for living kidney donors that will cut down their waiting time from 6 years down to 6 months. All right? So that's still the goal. That's still the overarching goal. And really the big goal is to wipe out the list, the waiting list of 100,000 Americans who's waiting 6 years. And as I told you, and it's in relation to what I'm going to talk about, the FAQ today, is there's 4,500 people a year dying from just waiting for their kidney donor. And this software, and that's 21 a day, 21 people who are on dialysis on stage 5 kidney disease, dying, waiting for their deceased kidney donor. So somebody has to die for them to be able to live. And that's a harrowing thing, because there's about 300 million adults in the U.S. If only half of a half percent of living adults in the U.S. would donate, that will wipe out the waiting list twice over. Okay? And the statistics show that if only half of 1% of the adult population in the U.S. would donate their spare kidney, that would wipe out the waiting list of 100,000 15 times over. Okay? So this is something that for one reason or another I've been called upon to initiate, but I can't do it alone. And people like, we'll just call him, I can't really reveal his name. We'll just call him, what do you call this? We'll just code name him FM. FS. So FS is one of those people who really wants to donate to me, but he went past the age limit, which is 70. So he can't donate. So he donated to the fundraiser, Facebook fundraiser at SuperKidney.com, and it's still not enough. He's still sharing my story, sharing my videos, sharing everything. So now he says, God woke me up this morning to call you and talk about SuperKidney. And as he was sending it to me, I literally just turned on my iPhone and read his message. Not even a minute later. So it's an amazing synchronicity of events. So that's the update for SuperKidney.com. That's gonna really help a lot of people and their families, and it's gonna be a multi-generational, what do you call this, ripple effect, okay? That will eventually affect millions of lives, millions and millions of lives, okay? Because we can do the same thing for other organs for transplantation. But I digress. So let's get back to the FAQ for the night. What is CKD, which is chronic kidney disease? What are the stages? And how many people are affected by CKD? CKD stands for chronic kidney disease. It's really a syndrome. It's a syndrome, meaning there's so many other organs affected because of kidney failure. Okay? It affects your liver, it affects your heart, it affects your blood, it affects your spleen, many other organs. So it's a syndrome. It's a multidimensional kind of a disease. Now, what are the top 3 sources of or causes of CKD? Well, the number 1 cause for kidney failure or chronic kidney disease in America is diabetes, which, as you all know, is very diet related, what we put in our mouth, or nutrition related. We change our nutrition, like I did 7 years ago. I reversed my diabetes. Like in the last 4 years, my A1C, which is the level of my blood glucose level that's tested every 3 months, has been under 5.0, and what's normal is anything under 5.5. I even went down as low as 4.8, which is extremely normal. Okay, before, when I was overweight, I was at a 6.8 and higher. Okay, and there's millions of people affected by diabetes, which can result eventually to kidney failure. All right. Now, the second cause of kidney disease is high blood pressure. Okay, high blood pressure. Okay, and again, there's millions of Americans afflicted by high blood pressure, which affects the kidneys, which in turns, over time, become chronic. So it becomes CKD. All right? Another cause is actually genetic. Like I know my friend David Fry, who had a transplant back 3 years ago. His family, especially the males, have it. And by age 49, they have it full blown. And he actually was about 48, I believe, when he knew he was going to have either dialysis or kidney transplantation. And he was fortunate enough to really avoid dialysis by a week. You know, a week. He was due for the start of dialysis, and lo and behold, his angel, his altruistic living kidney donor from his church, a female, showed up. Perfect match. They had surgery a week before he was scheduled to have dialysis. Okay, so that's a third cause. Another cause is my diagnosis, which is an autoimmune disease that I got really since I was an infant. It could be genetic, it could be environmental, but it's very common in Southeast Asian men. As you know, I'm Filipino from the Philippines, so it could be I was born with it, although I don't know of anybody in my family who has it. So we don't really know, okay? And it's called IgA nephropathy, also known as glomerulonephritis, okay? Now, only a small percentage of Americans are afflicted by IgA nephropathy. Majority are afflicted by diabetes, which causes kidney failure, high blood pressure, and polycystic kidney disease. Okay, and there's other reasons, okay? Now, let me now share with you the number of Americans who have chronic kidney disease And 90% of them, of us, don't know that they have it. Okay? I just posted it on my Facebook timeline. It's 31 million Americans have, in one form or another, chronic kidney disease between stage 1 through stage 5. I'm on stage 5. It's the end stage. Okay? That's why I'm on dialysis. I'm going to explain to you later on, as best as I can, as I could, and summarize as best as I could what are the 5 stages. Now, so in addition to that, 90,000 people die every year from kidney disease. So out of that 31 million, about 90,000 die from kidney disease in one form or another, from one stage to another. Most of those who die are in the latter stages, between stage 3, especially stage 4 and stage 5, because of the complications. Because now it's progressed. It's progressed. You know, it becomes a syndrome. Many other organ systems are affected if you are in stage 3, stage 4, stage 5. Now, I was 35 when I had when I was confirmed the diagnosis of IgA nephropathy. I thought I didn't have it from age 8 to 35. But one night, I was peeing and I saw blood in my urine. And 2 or 3 days later, went to my nephrologist. Nephrologist ordered a biopsy and found out I still have it, IgA nephropathy. And now it's progressed to stage 3. So I was told that if I don't lose weight, at the time, this was 15 years ago when I was 35, I was really overweight, I was unhealthy, I was under overwhelming stress. I was told that if in 5 years I don't take care of my health and lower my stress, lower my weight and BMI, either I would die, get a transplant, or be on a transplant list, or be on dialysis. So I did something about it and, you know, lost a lot of weight, you know. At first I lost about 29 pounds in the first 33 days, and then, you know, another 10 pounds a few months later, and then eventually I lost 65 pounds from June 18, 2010 to December 31st, 2013, in a period of about 3.5 years. And I did it in a you know, slow way, which is the right way, because I put it on slowly. How the heck do I expect for me to have it off, you know, in a few months? You know, many people wanted to lose like 50 pounds in like 50 days. That's not healthy. Your body, you know, it's nature tells you that's not normal. So the way you put on the weight is the way you take it off, which is slowly but surely. But I digress. So you know, so 31 million Americans are afflicted with chronic kidney disease in one form or another. 90,000 die from one form of kidney disease or another, and that's more than breast cancer and prostate cancer deaths combined. That's why it's called the silent killer. Okay? It's called the chronic kidney disease, or kidney disease is a silent killer. Why? Because 90% of those afflicted with it or affected by it don't even know they have it. Because just like me, from age 8 to 35, I didn't have any symptoms. Okay? So I went from stage 1 to stage 2 by the time I was 8, And then from stage 2, slowly but surely went to stage 3 by the time I was 35. And by the time I was 40, between 40 and 43, I went into stage 4. And then by 48, because it's a progressive autoimmune disease, I went from stage 4 to stage 5. And 2.5 years ago, I had no choice but to undergo dialysis. And that's my fistula right there. I don't know if you can see it. Okay? And I've been going 3 times a week ever since. That's why I'm in a quest to find a living kidney donor to have my transplant done this year, because it's not really a cure for my IgA nephropathy, but it will help me extend my life for another 20 years, and it will help me fulfill my vision, my mission of wiping out that waiting list of 100,000 using the SuperKidney system software. With the help of you individually and as a team, by getting it out to the world, okay? And I have the blueprint for it, because I did it. You know, in the last 4 months, I've generated about 32 potential volunteer living kidney donors who want to donate to me altruistically. Can you imagine that? In 4 months, I only need 1 to match. Need 1. So the others may want to donate to other people after I've gotten mine. Does that make sense? So your help is really urgently needed, not just for me, for the sake of my kids, but also for others who are in the 100,000 people waiting list. All right? So now I go back to the main question, and that is, what are the 5 stages of I forgot my, okay, there you go. What are the 5 stages of chronic kidney disease? I think I can, let me, how do I switch this to, okay. So let me switch it to that and go. So this is the SuperKidney fundraiser page, where you see my cover photo, and then you see the story, you know, if you could read that. Kidney for Joel, watch the videos on my blog at kidneyforjoel.com/blog. I need to fund my social media marketing campaign, including paying web designer, video creator, social media virtual assistant softwares, and Facebook ads budget to find living kidney donors for myself and others. There's 100,000 kidney transplants patients waiting for a kidney a donor up to 6 years. And my system, which is the SuperKidney system, will be able to reduce the wait time from 6 years down to 6 months. And if you go down that page, you see the updates. Okay, like this is FAQ number 1. This is part 2 of I lost 29 pounds in 33 days using 3 simple steps. And then this is part 3 of how I lost 29 pounds in 33 days. And by the way, Anthony, thank you for letting me know that by doing the selfie mode of my Facebook Live, it's actually reversing the pictures. So I've learned to, I figure it out now. So anyway, so let's go back to my Facebook, which is, oh man, I have to do that. Oh. Anyways, if you can go to my Facebook page at facebook.com/JoelCR, you'll see that picture that shows the 5 stages. Actually, I can show it to you here using my iPad. Again, I apologize for. Okay, so here we are. Okay, so here we are. So So right there, if you could see that, okay, is the 5 stages, okay? And I want you to direct your attention to the symptoms. If you notice on stage 1, there's really no symptoms observed. Urea and creatinine levels are normal. No symptoms observed even on stage 2. And in stage 3 of the chronic kidney disease process, stage 3, early symptoms occur and may include tiredness, poor appetite, and itching. Itching because of the phosphorus level. I remember, my God, when I went into stage 5, oh my goodness, I had like sores in my back from over scratching, and I didn't know I was already at level 5. It says the creatinine level rises, excess urea is present, and anemia may begin to occur. See, when I was diagnosed with stage 5, which is end-stage kidney disease, it says symptoms may include poor sleeping at night, which I did, difficulty breathing, itchiness. Oh my goodness, the itchiness back 2.5 years ago was horrible, horrible. And frequent vomiting. I did not have that. High levels of creatinine and urea are present. Okay, and then stage 4, you see tiredness, poor appetite, and itching may get worse. And of course, those get worse even on stage 5. Now, I may not look like somebody who has kidney disease because of my energy level when I do Facebook Live, but really, when I'm not doing Facebook Live, I get tired easily. Now, you know, I'm really an abnormality because ever since I was a kid, I was blessed by God with this high energy. I was always into something from grade school, high school, college, even when I was a physical therapist. I mean, and then I went into internet marketing and back to physical therapy. I mean, I have a lot of energy, even at 50. And it's because I took care of my health, 7 years ago, lost a lot of weight. If you saw me 7 years ago and before that, in my 30s, oh my God, I was obese, I was sluggish, I was diabetic, I had high blood pressure. So taking care of my diet, taking care of my stress level, meditating, praying, eating properly, exercising daily, really helped me, regain my energy, especially in the last 3 months, because my impending surgery I know is coming. It's coming soon. I can feel it, I know it, and I envision it. So I'm, my energy is not back as it was, but at least it's now about half of what I used to have before my chronic kidney disease, which is pretty good because it went down to as low as 1/5. All right, so let's go back now to, all right, so the 5 stages, right? The amount of kidney function remaining at each stage. So stage 1, there's more than 90%. Stage 2, 60 to 89%. Stage 3, 30 to 59%. Stage 4, 15 to 29%. And then stage 5, where I am in, it's less than 15%. That means both of my kidneys are functioning at less than 15%, which is related to the eGFR, which is the estimated glomerular filtration rate. And again, I don't want to be too scientific, but it's really like right now, I have a GFR of 15 ml per minute or less, which is the percentage level of my kidney function, 15%. At stage 4, it's 15 to 29%, and the eGFR is 15 to 29 ml per minute. Does that make sense? So the treatment options, okay, would be for stage 1 is identify cause and try to reverse it. Diet, exercise, and sometimes medication.
Stage 2, monitor creatinine level, blood pressure, and general health and well-being. Try to stop or slow the worsening kidney function. Again, same thing, diet, some medication, and lower the stress level. And again, stage 2 can happen at any age. And then stage 3, it gets worse. Stage 4, so now I'm at stage 5, right? Start renal replacement therapy, which is really dialysis or transplantation. Okay? So in essence, I've been, since April 1st of 2015, about 2.5 years ago, I've been on stage 5 because of the progressive nature of my kidney disease, which started when I was an infant 50 years ago. All right? So I can't miss. I don't want to miss. I will not miss, even though I really don't like it, to tell you the truth, going to dialysis, because it is so restraining. You're sitting, lying in this recliner for 4.5 hours, and you can barely move. You can go a little bit of like 30% sideline to the left, 30-degree angle to the right, and supine, and you can go sit, but that's it. You're very limited. But I figured out ways to be productive by, one way is, my part-time job as a quality assurance reviewer, using my one hand, because this is stuck to the machine. This is connected to the machine. I can't really move my left arm while I'm on dialysis. So using one hand and my iPad, I do quality assurance with my right hand. Nowadays, I'm doing learning more about social media. You're watching videos, reading books. Like just in the last, my goodness, the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks of August, I must have read about maybe 7 to 10 books, and listened to about more books and watch videos while I'm on dialysis. Because again, that's 15 hours a week that I could waste by watching TV, but I prefer not. So I've been reading a lot of books, a lot of listening to all our audio tapes. I'm aging myself. I'm sorry. Audio books on MP3, and of course watching videos. All right, taking courses really on how I could get this, this SuperKidney Super Searcher out, and then basically empower, my friends, family, and followers, and their friends and family and followers to make this thing go viral. All right. So, like right now, I'm really focused on Instagram marketing, because the last 4 months we've been focused on Facebook marketing in search for living kidney donors. For the next 2 to 3 months, we'll be focused on Instagram marketing as well as Twitter marketing. So, hi Ninong, kumusta? So that's really the FAQ for tonight, which is the question is, what's CKD, chronic kidney disease? What are the 5 stages? And what can we do? Now, here's what you can do, okay? Especially if you are in the United States, okay? There are free tests that you can have to determine if you have chronic kidney disease. Okay, like in San Antonio, there's an organization called the Texas Kidney Foundation at txkidney.org, who does 2 free tests every single month.
Okay, and I'm going to share with you the statistics on how many they've tested, you know, and what the results they found and all that, because they have it in a graph. Okay, like 2 pages. All right, so that will be the subject of what do you call this? The next FAQ live, Facebook live vlog. So let me now direct your attention to SuperKidney.com. Okay. Now, the first donor we have for SuperKidney.com is my classmate, Iris. In fact, she's present right now. And she's been on my mind really since day one I started this campaign, because she's in search for her living kidney donor. So what I have started is I've asked her, okay, write out a 1-page summary of your story that you can read out loud to your husband or kids or the whole family in 5 minutes or less. That's step one, because you gotta have a compelling, moving, heartwarming, heart-wrenching story to catch the attention of people through social media. Okay? Then I told her, get back with me once you've done that. Then I'm going to help her do the first step, which is convert that written story into a 2-minute to 3-minute video. And then the next step would be create graphics with her picture, her family's picture, you know, about her kidney journey, when she was afflicted with it, when she was diagnosed, and then what's her quest right now. Okay, she's really spending a lot of money traveling to and from the Philippines. Like she's going back to the Philippines. She just came back from the Philippines about a month ago, I believe, and then she's going back in 2 months. And you know, when you're doing that kind of traveling, there's no time for you to really earn an income, especially if you are the breadwinner or one of the breadwinners, earners for your family. So I wanted to help her out, reduce her costs, because if she does it in the Philippines, there's no insurance that will cover it. So she will be, she's really gonna spend her own money, and it can be between 50,000 to 100,000 depending on complications. All right, and again, for me, I don't want to risk it. I want to do it in the U.S. because I'm more comfortable with it. I mean, I'm sorry, but I'm more comfortable with the technology here, especially when it comes to living kidney transplant surgery. Okay, but I digress. So I'm actually, my plan is to go through the process with her in the month of September, so that by mid to the 3rd week of September, she'll have her story, her video, her graphics, and her website and her blog done. And you know, she can use parts of the SuperKidney system to find her kidney donors, living kidney donors in the US that her insurance will pay for in terms of testing and matching, and her insurance will pay for the surgery. And again, my best estimate is she's gonna cut down her waiting time in the US now for a diseased kidney donor from 6 years down to 6 months, maybe less. And with my help, my personal help, because she's a classmate of mine, she's a dear friend of mine, and you know, I really care about her, and she's gonna help us really figure out the system from a standpoint of somebody who is the end client and patient for SuperKidney. You know, essentially she's a beta tester, okay, with my assistance, because eventually my goal is to give away this software system, okay, the SuperKidney system, okay, and that's a picture of SuperKidney, okay. She's a female superhero, by the way, because most of the living kidney donors are females, okay. So you know, so my goal is to give away, or for a very, very, very low price, maybe $10-20 a month, you know, depending on how we come up with the funding for this project. If we come up with the funding 100%, then I'll give it away, you know. If not, then, you know, to recover the funds I invested into this project, I'll have to charge the end patients. But for her, for Iris, I won't charge her anything. Okay. So here's my point. Eventually, give this software away to the friends, families, and even to the end clients, and then have them really, through the help of the SuperKidney software, do step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. There's 5 steps, okay? And then, boom, once these 5 steps are done, boom, I can almost guarantee there'll be at least 20 living kidney donors in 6 months, maybe more sooner. But again, I'd rather under-promise and over-deliver. And my goal for the SuperKidney system to be launched on Christmas Day 2017. So we got a little less than 4 months, you know, like 3 months and what, 25 days, maybe 26 days to go. And that's plenty of time for me and this an FM to work on it with our team. All right. So my plea to you right now is to help me help others get their living kidney donors sooner. And you can share the Facebook fundraiser at superkidney.com on your timeline. You can share this video on your timeline. You can share my other videos, and you can share the videos that I have on superkidney.com fundraiser page. And I've got at least 5 or 6 more videos in there. All right? And with that, man, I'm getting better with this selfie stick. All right, I love it. So I'm slowly figuring this techie part out. I'm not really a techie, but hey. So with that, if there's any questions right now, feel free to ask me and post it as a comment right here. If you want to ask me privately, you can either message me on Facebook Messenger or send an email to q@kidneyforjoel.com, q@kidneyforjoel.com. And tomorrow I'll be doing at an earlier time another Facebook Live FAQ for another question. So if you have any questions, I'll address that. If not, I'll probably take it from the book by Ari Sittner. This book by Ari Sittner, The Kidney Donor's Journey. He's actually a living kidney donor. 100 questions I asked before donating my kidney. I mean, he had 100 questions that he asked, you know, before he donated. Can you imagine that? And I'm sure those of you who volunteered right away, not even asking any questions, I really appreciate your altruism. And those of you who are on the fence about donating to somebody, to me, to anybody else, you know, you can get this book by Ari Sittner on Amazon. I think in Kindle. It's very inexpensive, it's like $4.95. And you can ask those questions yourself, okay? And there's another book that I actually got right there. It's written by another living kidney donor. It's called In Pursuit of a Better Life, The Ultimate Guide to for Finding Living Kidney Donors by Risa Simon. Okay? And no, she's actually a recipient. Okay? A recipient. And with that, there's no questions. Thank you, Mylene. I really appreciate that. And I really appreciate you, Mylene, for being a top sharer. You know, in the month of September, we're going to form a Facebook group of the sharers and donors so that we can team up and really get this thing go viral. Because even if you can't donate to me your kidneys or financially, you're really helping us, all of us, in this cause. Because once I figure this out, the system out, and make it automated through the SuperKidney system software, you know, we can do it for the US, we can do it for the Philippines, Asia, Europe. I mean, you know, if we can do it in one country, why can't we do it for other countries? So we get rid of this black market buying and selling of organs, which is illegal. And you know, I really abhor the thought of buying kidneys from a third world country like the Philippines, because the main focus of these transplant hospitals, and I'm sorry to say this, I'm saying this about my own country, but it's not only the Philippines, India, Indonesia, Thailand, you know. See, their main focus is to make money off of the transplant recipients. They're not really considering the future lives of these poor, very poor, I mean dirt poor donors that they pay $20,000, sometimes less, sometimes more, because you know, you don't, I mean, I've read and saw a lot of horrible stories about, you know, people like, you know, stealing organs or selling their organs, but they don't really know the effect, the long-term effect of that, because they're not properly tested. You know, they just want to feed their own family, so they want to get the money now, and who cares about tomorrow? Who cares about the future? I do, okay? So I really abhor that buying and selling of organs. It's just against my conscience. I can't. I can't. I will not condone it. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. All right. So no questions right now. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your presence. And I appreciate you helping me and all of us in getting the word out about SuperKidney at superkidney.com. And with that, I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for being a team member of the SuperKidney team. And this is Joel from Kidney for Joel and superkidney.com signing off for now. Bye-bye for now. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Good night.